This is Wilson Morales from Black Film and TV talking to Huriyyah Muhammad regarding her short film Chocolate with Sprinkles, which has been traveling the festival circuit and winning some accolades. She's also going to be talking about her project, her work actually with Black TV and Film Collective, a nonprofit organization that supports independent artists. How are you?
I'm really great. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so the movie Chocolate with Sprinkles has been going around the circuit. It's won some awards. It won ABFF Best
Yeah.
Short Film, which is in conjunction with HBO. What led you to make this movie?
Well, Chocolate with Sprinkles is near and dear to my heart because it's inspired by growing up in my parents' Cleveland, Ohio donut bakery and just being a part of watching, their relationship as we grew up. Kids are, they're so close, they see everything. And my parents, they amazing human beings. They just argued all the time, and in my 9, 10-year-old brain, I just was like, they need to get a divorce and I'm going to live with mom because dad is never going to have any food in the house. And we're going to meet up at the donut shop every day and we'll be okay, but now that I'm an adult and I'm married, I have a child, I have my own business, I just see their relationship through such a different perspective because at the end of the night, marriage is so hard. At the end of the night, I don't want to talk about anything. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And I only have one child. I just want to go to sleep and we'll figure it out tomorrow. So my parents, they had a donut bakery that they were struggling to keep afloat and keep the lights on. And, they had 8 children. I can't even imagine. Can you imagine Wilson having 8 children? Come on.
No.
No. No, exactly. That like who does that anymore? They had 8 children and they had themselves, that they had to kind of, take care of, So when did they ever have time to work on their marriage? And, this film is a celebration of them. It's an honoring of them. It's a very lighthearted, a very heartwarming, life-affirming story. And it really, the official log line is that on her 25th wedding anniversary, a bickering married couple gets a chance to do something they haven't done in 25 years, which is work on their marriage. And I'm just really happy that, when people see it, it brings them like really it makes them feel something very intense, and it makes them feel like they got a hug. And all of my movies, I want people to feel like they got a hug at the end. And I think the film does that.
Was it ever a daunt, even though you're bringing in a personal aspect to the story, but getting behind the scenes, this time as a director as opposed to a producer, how challenging was that, knowing that you have to shepherd all of the things, even though it's a short film, but
Yes.
you can't treat it differently than a full length feature. Was
Yes.
it challenging, getting all the pieces together?
Well, I think the most challenging thing about the film, quite honestly, was impulse, realizing how close I was to the characters. And, I had to keep reminding myself that these are not my parents, that these characters are not my parents. They're inspired by my parents. So when I was showing like the rough cut and different cuts as we went through the edit, and we got different responses, to how, the film made people feel, what they thought about the characters. I found myself getting so protective, like, no, don't say that about Mary. Don't say that about Art, like somebody said that about my mama, and I had to keep reminding myself, like, but I had an amazing team. We have, three amazing producers. We had an amazing DP. We had an amazing, like all of the whole crew, the cast. I mean, the film stars Reno Wilson, Keisha Thompson, Camron Jones, Nate Allen Smith, Lillian Gilbert, and they just knocked it out of the park. It's executive produced by Kim Coleman, Bruce Francis Cole, and Tiana Braggs. And I couldn't have asked for, just better collaborators. And we did the project through AFI's DWW, which is the directing workshop for women. And it makes me feel great to be supported as a director. As you mentioned, I've been working in this industry for so many years as a producer. My last film, Farewell Amor, my last feature film, Farewell Amor, that I produced, it went to Sundance and U.S. Dramatic Competition. I won the Sundance Creative Producing Award that year, and that film is now a part of the Criterion Collection. And so I'm a kick-ass producer, but I'm an amazing writer and director, and it feels great to be supported as a writer director as well.
With this movie still working around the festivals, is there a chance that you're going to take this to make it into a feature-length film?
There is. I actually am developing the script for the feature. And I would love to even shoot it in Cleveland because my we still own our donut bakery. Right now it's called Fat Boy Donuts in Cleveland. I'm so excited because we're going to be screening in September in the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Festival as well. And that to me is like taking the film home. So, there's been, so all of my family and all of the people who knew my parents and love my parents, they're so excited to be able to support it and they're all ready for the feature.
When you make a feature film, when you make a short film, you have no choice but to take it to the festival route because otherwise, where is the home for people to see it?
Mhm.
As people are going to read and see this interview, they're like, "Oh, I like what she had to say. I like the story. Where can I find it? What is the eventual home for Chocolate with Sprinkle after it's run?"
For the short or the feature?
For the short.
Well, and I really do hope that a lot of people get a chance to see it on the film festival circuit. Like we were down in Miami, we're getting ready to do Houston, we did DC, we're doing Minneapolis, we're doing Chicago. There's some places we're going to be in Chicago, we're going to be in LA, we're going to be in New York. And we applied to a bunch of different places and have gotten invitations almost all across the United States. Now, so people will get a chance to see it. And then a lot of the festivals, they also do digital or on demand, for a week after their festival or even during their festival sometimes. So I'm hoping that people get a chance to see it there. And then in terms of where it's going to land, after the film festival circuit is done, that's a really good question because I have my last short film Wonders, which was about a little baby that poops gold nuggets, and that one now is doing international fests, and we pretty much run our domestic fests. And that's a question. Like, there's a lot of platforms that have been reaching out to me asking me, can they license the film? And I'm thinking about I have like about three short films, and I'm thinking about putting them together as a feature length kind of like anthology set and seeing if I can do something like that with them. But I don't know. What have you seen that are people that are doing?
Well, from what I know, because it was part of the HBO collection at ABFF, and because it won, I think they may come on HBO at some point. They
Oh,
usually
okay.
do those. I mean, you would know more than I will as far as
Okay.
where it can be shown. So
Okay.
that's good if it gets shown on HBO. That's a bigger platform. You can promote it left to right, and you just all you can do is say, hey, listen, go to the festivals. It gets a chance for you to meet other people, get it out there, so that way when you do your next project, whether it's a producer or as a director or as a writer, you're not so much going to be a stranger to these people because they're going to remember what you did before.
Yeah, like this year, the HBO distribution was not a part of winning the HBO short film competition at ABFF. Unfortunately, and I think because the company itself is going through a little bit of mergers and all of this kind of stuff, and they're trying to figure out their own things internally. But I'm not opposed to putting it on my website or putting it on Vimeo and making it a collection in my portfolio. Because honestly, what I would like to do is be able to move into television directing and also get my feature made. And I'm okay with giving away my film for free on my website or online so that people can see it, can see my work and can see what I can do. And it's been opening up really, really great doors for me. I'm getting ready to shadow on two very, very high profile shows. I can't say which ones because I don't want to get myself in trouble. But, and that was a result of making some really strong work that, really resonated emotionally and made somebody feel something. And that's, a lot of times why you do a short. You do a short so that it can lead to greater opportunity. And I can really say that this one is.
Let's talk about your work with the Black TV and Film Collective. You've been doing that for a number of years. What is its goal?
Yeah, the Black TV and Film Collective, that's my heart, that's my baby. And I'm just really proud of what we've been able to do these last 10 years, which is, just help one another. It's an artist-led collaborative, artist-led collective. Everybody that is on the grind with the Black TV and Film Collective, we understand, how hard it is to find the resources for our work, to find the support for our work, to find the funds for our work. And we started, around the time of hashtag Oscars So White, where it was like, okay, we can do more than a hashtag. We can come together and we can table read each other's work. We can give each other notes. We can, okay, lend each other equipment. We can make locations that we have access to available for one another. We can really support each other professionally and artistically and create a safe space for one another, share resources and knowledge and information. And that's really the heart of our organization. And I'm really proud of just seeing how far artists that started with us from the beginning have come, since that time, even myself. And
Where does
one other thing I'll say is that this year I'm being honored with the Trailblazers Award through Real Sisters for my work, not only as an artist and as a filmmaker, but also because of my work with the Black TV and Film Collective. And I'm really proud. I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that you don't have to just, sometimes you can get tunnel vision and say, I have to do, I have to be on my grind. I have to do this. I have to do that. But you can also make time to help other people. And so I'm proud that I'm being recognized for the fact that, hey, I have taken the time to help others because, you get what you put out in this world.
exactly now with the with the Black TV and Film Collectors? Where does one find it? Is it a website? Is it a place? How does one look for it?
Yeah, I miss our brick and mortar office. For so many years we had an actual office in New York City. And then when COVID hit, we had to shut down the physical space. We had a studio. It was so lovely, man. Those were like the golden days of the Black TV and Film Collective. But yeah, now it's a website, blacktvandfilmcollective.org, and we do a lot of digital events because during the pandemic, when we pivoted, as most organizations did, to just online, we started getting so many members from all over the world, from all over different countries. We started getting a lot more members in LA and so forth. And now, we're starting to do more in-person events. And quite honestly, we're going through a transition right now with the Black TV and Film Collective, where we're trying to figure out, okay, what is the next step for the organization and where do we go from here? But I know that the Black TV and Film Collective, we have such a strong ethos and such a strong mission and just so much heart and love from the community that no matter what we do, I know that we're just going to continue to keep growing strong, even if we have to figure it out as we go along, because it's still, an underfunded, understaffed, undermanned organization. It's an artist-led collective.
Of all the hats that you're wearing, which one are you finding yourself more comfortable doing? Now that you've directed your first film, do you see yourself doing more, or are you just gonna get back to your being producer?
So I got to correct you. This is not my first film. This is my seventh short film.
Okay.
Yeah, I've directed seven short films, and I directed a digital series called Keloid that people really loved. It has over I can't even I think like maybe close to 50,000 views on YouTube. It won the 2018 Best Digital Series at ABFF, which is why it was so great to come back and win again at
This
ABFF.
is the one that's getting you attention.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
yeah.
the one that's going through the circuit. And
Yeah, this
let's
is
be
the
short
this
film actually has a lot more visibility than
yeah,
digital stuff. I don't know shade, but like, okay, there's
yeah.
a lot of digital, but
It's true.
sometimes it's
It's
digital,
true.
short, feature, documentaries, however you want
It's
to,
true.
label them.
It's true.
Hey, you're just moving yourself up.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. And but this is my seventh short and I'm super excited about it. But I forgot what your question was. What exactly did you ask me?
Which hat do you feel yourself
Oh,
wearing
okay.
more?
Um,
Which hat are you more comfortable doing? Director's hat, producer hat, writer hat.
I'm gonna be really real with you right now in the fact that I have a 3-year-old, and this 3-year-old is soon gonna be moving into private school and I have to pay for this private school. So I'm really excited about the things that I'm doing as a director because that has the greatest opportunity to
Yeah.
have a return. Yeah, to have the quickest return on investment. Like, so my daughter, it's expensive having a kid. But not just that, but I really do love writing and directing, and I love directing, and I love directing other people's work too. It's not just the things that I write. Like I had an opportunity to direct a short film called Nani's Biryani, and that was about a South Asian kid who wants to be like TikTok famous and making food hacks. And of course, he screws it all up, and he needs his nanny, his grandma, to help him. It's a really sweet, warm, intergenerational tale. I didn't write that. I'm not South Asian, but I did a great job. We won the 2024 Series Fest Excellence and Storytelling Award. So I make good work, you know, and people are responding to that, and opportunities are coming my way as a result. So I'm really excited about that.
You got a lot on your plate, which is great. The more you can work, the more I can work, because there has to be a synergy between talent and writer and so forth. So I want to
Absolutely.
say congrats on your film still making its run through the festival. Obviously, with what you do with the Black TV and Film Collective, you know, you're a jack of trades in different places. So keep it going. As like I said before, as long as we support each other, you know, we're gonna uplift each other. So
That's
that being
absolutely
said,
true.
I look forward to seeing what your next project is, but let's give it some time because we're working with Chocolate with Sprinkles for now.
Yeah, that's true. And you can check out chocolatewsprinkles.com to see where we're going to be screening next and which film festivals, because like I said, we're blazing a trail through domestic fests here in the United States, and we even have started now some international fests. So we keep updating, and also follow us on Instagram at chocolate w sprinkles. Chocolate W Sprinkles. Yeah, that's our Instagram. And so thank you.
All right.